feel good. If you have a drink, would you please put it in the air? That party last night was awfully crazy, I wish we taped it. That party last night was awfully crazy, I wish we taped it.
It's Ari here with Roth in the Data Spot. It's pre-album release week, right?
Pre-album, this is the week before, so it's not too maddening yet, except, you know, you go outside that door, it's a little hectic.
Now is this your office?
This is my temporary office.
Temporary, this is where the writing takes place?
Yeah. This is where my business calls go down and I tell people that they're fired. Actually, no, I'm not at that point. This is just where I eat fruit cups and fake the funk.
You know, what's your favorite record of all time, favorite album?
Wow, it really kind of depends on my mood, but if I had to kind of bring one album with me, just because it sets up my day so beautifully, it would probably be Bob Marley, Legends album, or the Natural Mystic album. I'm a big Marley fan. I think that what he stood for with his music, and you know, just the vibe of his entire music is something I could really live my day with, my life day by day. Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you actually spit a verse? Or
yeah, I mean, because when I was in hip hop workshop, we kind of just hung out after school, and I used to do all the beatboxing and everything for everybody. And then finally, I was just like, yo, I'm gonna rap something. I was rapping against my boy. I was like, yo, I'm Roth. I'm the best. You shop at Ross where you dress for less. And it was just so funny because like I was shopping at Ross. I was getting my stuff off on discount, you know, on the knockoff stuff. It was what it was, but it was just funny because, like, you know, when you say stuff like that, people relate to it. Kind of like, but you know, my whole thing started to kind of shy away from the battling thing and turn more into ciphering. And like, you know, everybody rap, and it wasn't about like, you know, making somebody feel like shit, you know.
Did you do the battles?
Yeah, for a little bit, and then that was just pretty much in school, and then just like. I wasn't very good at it. I wasn't very good at like making people feel shitty, you know what I mean? And my powers were more about like, you know, kicking knowledge and making things, you know, make sense of the world around me. So it was cool, but there's obviously people who are straight battle rappers, and that's their world, and that's where they come from, and they might never be able to write a dope song. But for me, it was more about concepts, ideas, and writing songs.
Do you play any instruments?
I'm killer guitar and guitar hero. Great drums.
That might be rock band.
Yeah. No, I played the drums when I was young, and that kind of gives me about rhythm bass. But for the most part, I'm playing instruments. Yeah, I will venture into that world eventually. So it takes a lot of patience.
Do you produce any beats or?
No, my ideas, I definitely can hear stuff, and my production goes as like, yo, I hear this, play this, try this, drop this out, take this in. But for the most part, I work with people that do.
Isn't that what producers do?
I guess. I guess. Yeah. So we'll see.
So if you didn't have the music career going on right now, what do you think you'd be?
I'd probably be doing elementary education. I'd probably be with the kids teaching. Because really, I'm just teaching on a broader scale.
Okay, so and in terms of, so your first single is I Love College, which is obviously, you know, I mean, when I was introduced to your stuff, it was on the Drop of Knowledge, like, you know, Just Listen, The Lounge, or whatever. So, you know, how do you classify or, you know, label your style?
I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, it's more of lyricism for sure, but I Love College was really just pinpointing my demographic. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything more than that. It was just kind of tapping into a subculture of a lifestyle that I lived, and a lot of people, it turns out, oh, I do the same thing, you know? And that's all that was. I wasn't trying to write a hit or anything like that. It just happened, and I think that's how a lot of things, you know.
Well, I think that's why it actually works, because
exactly.
It's taught that.
Yeah,
you can
that's
tell
of course it is. Exactly.
What's in your iPod, CD player, whatever you listen to music on?
My iPod just got jacked, so somebody has to sleep with the bread out before it even comes out. I no longer have my iPod, but so I got to re-up. But I listen to a lot of Jay Dilla lately, a lot of Lee, Blue, you know, the usual good hip hop, and you know, even some stuff like MGMT and stuff like that. So I was keeping
good
stuff. Yeah.
So, you said people have do you think that's why your record leaked online?
The clean
your
version.
iPod.
The clean version leaked. So no, it wasn't my iPod because I have the dirty version. But I think it's kind of cool that the clean version leaked because, you know, nobody wants the clean version unless you're, you know, a kid that is forced to shop at Walmart. But I know that when I get clean versions of songs that I download illegally, I get pissed off. And I'm like, dang, I want that dirty version. But so hopefully people can hear the album and they understand kind of where I'm coming from now, and then they go out and buy the explicit version. But clean's cool if you're down with no cursing. There's not that many curses on the album anyway.
Yeah, I'm more of the religious type.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's Mormon.
You're
Mormon.
Mormon.
Cool, man.
You know, Ari Goldstein, Mormon.
That's what I'm talking about.
So Asher Roth, I gotta get into this. You know, you have almost as Jewish of a name as I have. But you're not Jewish.
I'm not Jewish. Man.
How does that?
Well, when your father is a skeptic, he married a Presbyterian tarot card reader, so religion pretty much goes out the window.
But there was,
absolutely, absolutely. My grandfather was Jewish.
Okay. So what's your take on the future of the music industry, with, you know, from the music that's actually being created to the business?
Besides, I think the music's getting better. I think the business is completely changing. It's all moving digitally. It's going to completely change into, you see Twitter, you see these blogs, and with the success of my project is really going to project whether you see these blogs, you can actually go to them for credible music. If this project does well, I am proof that, you know, you can go to blogs and get legitimate music. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see how the music business kind of unfolds in the next 5 years. Everything as we know it right now will be completely different, absolutely. But I think the music will get much better, much more experimental, much more real stuff, because it's not going to be driven. It's going to be driven by let's make dope shit rather than how many record sales and ringtones can I sell. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see how things change.
You know, with the internet and how, you know, it does expose your music to a lot more people, it gives everyone a voice.
Right.
With that voice, you know, is the hater aspect
Oh,
of everything.
I mean,
What do you think?
the internet and blogs were set up to anonymously slander people. You don't have to put out your real name. You can and who leaves comments on love anyway? They're just like, F this, I hate it. You know, if you like it, you just don't say anything. You know,
That's true.
so blogs are like set up for people to hate on you, but it is what it is. You can't, as an artist, you can't read that stuff. You can't, you really can't base your opinion off other people's opinion. You really have to think for yourself.
So do you go on, you know,
sometimes I fall victim to checking out some, because I know some of the homies that are, you know, that are doing that stuff. So sometimes I'll check it out, and you know, sometimes I can't help but read the comments. But it's in one ear, out the other. I really can't let that affect how I get
focus on the positive?
Exactly.
So, what's your craziest tour story so far?
Well, we really kind of just hit tour. I mean, Panama City Spring Break for MTV was ridiculous. That just got so naughty. It was unbelievable. But so far, it's new. We don't start tour until, you know, later next month, I believe.
And then, so you got to be close to dropping the second single.
Yeah, the second single actually is "Be By Myself." It's the joint with CeeLo. We shot a video the other day. That's one of my favorite joints. Yeah, there's a lot of more obvious singles like "La Di Da," "She Don't Want
I thought
Me
that
Back."
was I was told that was the second.
I mean,
single.
there's a lot of speculation it was going to be, but then I wanted to do something that was more kind of like what's going on in my life, and kind of the storyboard, like compare. I'm in college now, you know, I got to embrace the role of this lifestyle. That's what "Be By Myself" is about, is embracing that kind of rock and roll lifestyle. And it turns out a lot of it's almost like my anthem, my response to Beyonce's "Single Ladies," and she has this whole thing, and I'm like, yeah, screw that, you know what I mean? I'm just wilding out. So,
so what are your top MCs that you know?
Shoot, it always changes, really daily. I mean, obviously, right now in the new age, Blue, I'm a big fan of, but you know, overall, you know, Kweli and Mos Def and Pharoah Monch and Black Thought, Tariq Trotter, all those cats. I mean, just that whole movement, and where you have content and substance, and you know, it's still good music.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
All right, my man,
my sleep in the bread aisle.
my Mormon friend.
This is a Mormon love going on right now, so pick up the record. Much love.
Sleep in the bread aisle, 420. If you don't have it, you better go get it or download it illegally. Come out to the shows.
Donna.net, you can get it on.
We're starting some crazy tour stories. I got to come back and tell these guys about a crazy tour story, so let's make something happen.